When we contrast the demands which democracy makes upon citizens of a state with the actual condition of education in the different countries of Asia, the picture is one of grave and anxious concern. It is true that in some exceptional cases the problem has been largely mastered. We have Japan, which according to figures available for 1996 has a literacy figure of 99% and illiteracy of only 1%. Lebanon in the Middle East is also reputed to have a high literacy figure. In 1995 to 1996, literacy in Turkey was 60% in the towns and 40% in the villages. The Philippines, with its figure of 52.6%, is also comparatively well placed. The same remarks would apply to Ceylon, Thailand, Burma, and China. We cannot, however, gauge the magnitude of the problem by percentages alone. China has a literacy figure of over 50%. If we take the total population of China to be 950 millions, this would give an adult population of about 425 millions. It is unlikely that the percentage of literacy will be the same for adult as for children and adolescents. Even if this questionable assumption is granted, the number of adult illiterates in China would be some 225 millions. If we take the figures for India, we find that in pre-partition India, the total number of literates according to the 1941 census was 37 millions. Assuming that the number of adult literates is about 40% of the total number of literates, this gives a figure of little over 15 millions. This refers only to the pre-partition India provinces. Partition means a loss of about 26% of the total population, and assuming that the reduction in the number of literates was in the same proportion and allowing for fluctuations owing to normal processes of birth and death, we may put the figure for adult literates in the Indian provinces after partition at roughly 11 millions. To this, we have to add the number of adult literates in the states. This is estimated to be about 6 millions. The number of adult literates in India on basis of 1941 census is therefore approximately 17 millions against a total adult population of about 180 millions, which gives a literacy percentage of slightly less than 10 for adults. This is not only unsatisfactory but positively disturbing. Naturally, the government of India proposed to give the first priority to it. It is just over a month ago that we had assembled to participate in the inauguration of this UNESCO seminar on rural adult education. We had then met with high hopes and intentions, and I am glad that though only a month has passed, we can now look back with satisfaction on the work accomplished. I must sincerely congratulate the director, the consultants, the chairman of the groups, the delegates and other participants of the seminar for the energy and competence with which they have carried out their important task. I have every hope that all the countries participating in the seminar will be benefited by the recommendations you have made and carry out your constructive suggestions for solving one of the most pressing problems of the world. I can assure you that so far as India is concerned, we shall examine every one of your recommendations with care and sympathy in order to give effect to them as far and as soon as may be possible. I cannot naturally go into any details regarding your various recommendations. They are the result of hard work and careful thought and deserve close attention before any judgment is passed on them. I must, however, express my sense of satisfaction for the way in which you have sat down to work and divided the different aspect of a closer problem for study by special groups. The provision of literacy may not be itself be enough for the education of adults, but there is no denying that it is the basis of all real education. The first study groups which dealt with different methods of teaching readings to adult has made suggestion which will be of value to all countries. The second group dealing with specific problems of health and family life has discussed questions which are vital for any scheme of social welfare. No community can flourish until and unless the individuals constituting it are happy, and no individual can be happy without health and a satisfactory home life. Women have a special role to play in this, and I am glad to hear that your group has not overlooked the imperative necessity of securing to women an adequate knowledge of homecraft and health. The third group, dealing with the economic aspects of rural adult education, has attacked what is perhaps the most immediate concern to all rural adult educators of the free India. I must not, however, anticipate the action which different governments may take on your various recommendations. So far as India is concerned, I can say that I am greatly impressed by a suggestion made for setting up of some centralized agency to guard against the possible dissipation of energy, enthusiasm, and competence through unnecessary duplication of efforts. I have felt that some such agency is necessary to advise the states and the provinces of the Indian Union not only on the general principle of education but also on the coordination of steps, procedure, and methods in order to achieve the best results at the minimum cost. Another topic discussed in the seminar which has appealed to me and which I propose to pursue in our country is the setting up of some machinery to carry out a vocabulary study of the different Indian languages with a view to finding out what words are most commonly used in different parts of the country. I may tell you that even though there are 13 main languages recognized in our constitution, these languages cannot by any means be regarded as completely aligned to one another. They have large common vocabularies, and if allowance is made for the mutation due to the factors of space, time, and pronunciation, the number of common words will be larger still. I have for some time had in mind a plan for the collection of common Hindi words which are found in all the other Indian languages. I am convinced that when this work has been accomplished, the non Hindi speaking people of India will find that they already possess a large vocabulary of Hindi words, and with the addition of few more common Hindi words they can acquire both difficulty a working knowledge of Hindi. I feel that the textbook in Hindi for the non Hindi speaking people should be prepared on the basis of such graded vocabularies. The government will take the necessary step in this respect, but I must pay my tribute to the many non official agencies which have been carrying out valuable work on these lines for many years.